Arya, you're happy that you're being left out? Arya. Oh, you showing everybody your pig? Where's Piggy? Arya, where's your pig? Where's your pig? Oh, thank you. Where's your pig? Show Mum your pig. Where's your pig? You show Mum your pig? Arya, where's your pig? Oh, it's such a pretty pig. Is that your pretty pig? She has officially. Oh no, it still laughs at her. Are you ready to turn them into bacon? Hi and welcome to episode 69 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline and I'm coming to you today from my home in Fife in Scotland. Hi Ryan.
Hi.
If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It is great to have you here.
Yes.
You can find me on Ravelry as either Arya Bark or my personal account, which is Sotra. We have our Ravelry group, which is the Arya Bark Podcast. You can find me on Instagram as Arya Bark Designs. We have a Facebook page, which is Arya Bark Designs, and we have a Ko-fi page, which is Arya Bark Designs. This week we have going out. There would have been coming in, but let's face it, I've no podcast in
months.
3 months, could
Yeah.
be longer. So we don't have any coming in. Plus, I've been really good and I've not actually bought anything apart from my monthly Alex, which doesn't count. It doesn't count. Sock Wheel doesn't count. And Advents don't count because I can't open it until December.
It's a long time to wait.
Are you no shocked that I've not already opened it?
Pretty much.
I have proof none of them have been opened. The last one isn't even out of its packet.
You do shock me.
I shocked myself. We have going out, StashSmash, whips and lined up. That's not right because there's also naughty corner because rip stuff out. In this week's podcast there is knitting, crochet, and that's about it. And timestamps for each section can be found in the description box below. How are you, Master Ryan?
Good. Good. Better than good.
Better than good.
Better than good.
How's your training coming, Master Ryan?
That's brilliant. I just feel match fit.
Much fit?
Match fit.
How much training have you done?
None. Zero.
None.
I walked to the van in the morning and I walked back here at night.
Ryan is doing the kilt walk.
Dundee Kilt Walk.
On the 21st of August. Now Ryan, how long is your walk?
Well, there's kind of a wee bit of story to that because my manager at British Gas was looking for volunteers to take part in the Dundee Kilt Walk to raise money for CHAS, which is the children's hospices across Scotland, where it's people with kids who are terminally ill in hospital. So British Gas do a lot of charity work for CHAS, and I thought, well, that would be good. And my manager said it's for a kilt walk. I thought that sounds okay, and looking at it, there was different options. You can go for 6 miles, 11 miles, 26 miles, and I thought, well, that sounds alright, because nearer the time, or once everything's getting planned out, my manager will discuss and say who's going to manage what, Well, I didn't know that I was the only one that had volunteered to do it, and my manager had already pre-planned in the background where I was volunteered to walk 26 mile.
We'll stick a picture in. Where do you start? St Andrews.
St Andrews, the old course, St Andrews.
And where do you stop?
Monteith, outside Dundee. I think I might die. I seriously don't think I'll be able to walk for a week after it.
When Ryan had agreed to this, what was your original plan for how you were getting to St Andrews?
I was going to drive up.
And how were you getting back from Monteith?
I was going to drive myself back home again. I didn't see the flaw in that plan.
So you were driving yourself to St Andrews?
Yes.
Which, isn't it? You can drive to St Andrews, you do it often. Then he was going to walk 26 miles. Did you actually logically think, how were you getting the car from St Andrews to Monteith?
I had it in my head that we're going to walk one way and then walk back the way and then pick the car up and then
so you'd really only be walking 13 mile?
No, 30 mile there, 30 mile back to the car, back home. But no.
So, how much money have you raised so far?
150.
How much are you needing to raise?
250. So I come today with a plea for help. I'm hoping some of your lovely viewers,
and they are lovely
of the
viewers,
podcast may well consider donating £1 or £2 to my cause to raise money for Chaz. Now I know not all of your a lot of your viewers are not in Scotland, but even though it's children's hospices across Scotland, hoping somebody might take pity on me. And help
there is. Let's look at this face. This face is not taking pity. This face is finding it highly amusing that he's planning on walking 26 mile.
It's going to be a struggle.
Are you still buying your tartan trousers?
I'm going to buy tartan trousers to sort of blend in with the kilt look. I don't have the legs for a kilt. I don't have the legs for a kilt.
He really doesn't have legs for a kilt. So you're going to give them exclusive content?
Exclusive content? I'm not sure what that exclusive content would be. I mean, me in hospital. Day 1, hospitalisation. Fluids went well today. Regained feeling in one toe. Doctors think I might walk again. Next year. I'm pretty worried about it, to be fair. Like, I'm pretty worried about it because it's a long walk. It's a long walk. But I think with the support of your viewers and donate £1 or £2 to my cause will spur me on to walk.
We can vlog on the way up, watching you completely brick it.
In my tartan trousers.
In your tartan trousers. And then you can all have a really good laugh seeing Ryan drag himself to the car and watch the pain set in on the hour drive back from Dundee. I've not driven in Dundee in ages.
See, to be honest, see if it wasn't for the fact that it's for
small children,
children's charity, and that it's for terminally ill kids, I would have just pulled it because I'm that worried about it, because it's going to be that hard. But the fact that it's to raise money for a kids' charity is the only reason why I'm going to push on and kill myself by walking 26 mile.
You can always take videos as you're gone. Your walk.
I could do actually. That could work. I could take wee videos.
Wee videos.
Exclusive content.
1/4 mile in. Send help.
2 miles in. I've had to phone for ambulance.
Sitting here waiting on Caroline bringing her crutches.
I might need crutches. I'm kind of thankful that albeit I did actually ask my manager for the week off after it and he said no at the time. I thought I'd chance my luck and put in for a week's holiday after it, and they actually approved my week's holiday after it. I think even he knows I'm going to be dead at the end of it.
Sorry. There was threads annoying me.
But yeah, please help.
I will leave details down in the description box to Ryan's GoFundMe. GoFundMe? Is it GoFundMe?
Just Giving
page. That goes straight to Chaz. Is that right?
I think that's how it works.
I will leave details. I'll also link the Kilt Walk page.
A couple of pounds is fine, because I know obviously the cost of living and the financial situation's pretty dire, so just a couple of pounds would be absolutely fine. If nobody donates, does that mean I think if I don't raise the money, I don't think I have to take part?
Right, this is where you need to help us raise £100 because I'm sadistic.
If I didn't raise enough money, they might say sorry, you've failed in your donations, you can't take part.
They're not going to say that, Ryan. They're not going to say that. Like, well,
that's fine, that's enough.
That's fine.
You tried your best. I didn't try hard enough, honestly, didn't I? It just kicked me, honestly. There's plenty of other folk raising money. I'll be fine.
I will post a video. We will discuss. Sorry, I'm reading notifications. We'll discuss later on. And where will I put it? I'll link to a blog post on the website, and we'll give you details of how you too can enjoy
Ryan's pain and suffering.
Yes. And possible medical emergency.
No, I've just realised I'm complaining about how hard that's going to be, and it's actually to raise money for like kids who are terminally ill. I really should stop complaining. I will do it. I will manage it. If it kills me, I will manage it.
I will make you sleep in your van if you don't. You'll have to sleep in the shed. I was going to finish that by saying beside with the spiders, but
I quite like that.
Quite like that.
Tartan trousers. Backpack.
Well, if you looked at it this way, at least next week there isn't going to be a heat wave.
Hopefully not. No, should be alright.
Are you going to remember to take sunscreen like your beach clean up? You remember how that one went?
I know. Like a lobster.
Would you like to explain your beach clean up that ended in you having 3rd degree burns everywhere?
Well, we were doing a charity beach clean through my work as well, so everybody for our team went up the east coast of Fife, and because of a lot of problems with old fishing lines and stuff like that washing up, and so we volunteered to go up and clean up all the beach. And I'd pre-planned beforehand and put all my sun cream on until the next day, where my arms were starting to tingle, and then the next thing my arms were like red raw and peeling, and then I remembered that I'd put sun cream everywhere else apart from my arms. They were absolutely red raw.
You're sporting quite a nice tan.
They're quite tan.
You can actually see where his work shirt stops. I was like, right there.
That's right, I never noticed that.
You're quite pasty.
I'm quite pasty. Milk bottle. Thank you for any help you could offer.
Greatly appreciated.
Send new legs.
Damn you heatwave, I would have trained harder if it wasn't for a heatwave.
That's it. I could make all the excuses, I've just no trained.
Mind you, can I just point out, we spent 8 years walking around pipe band competitions.
I don't know, I'm fit and healthy enough, I think I'll manage it.
Mind you, we used to go to the Worlds every year. Did we ever sit down at the Worlds?
Probably not. I'll probably manage it. I'm young and fit and healthy.
Mind you, we walked to the bars and we went the long way round. Because we didn't know where we were going, instead of just walking to Glasgow Green. It was like right out of the back, and we walked 3 miles all the way round. Poor Master Ryan.
Yeah, so thank you for any help that you could offer to raise money for Chaz. Anything you could do to help would be much appreciated. And I will see you again soon with sore legs. Bye.
No, you'll see them before you have sore legs.
How will I see them before I have sore legs?
Because we're going to vlog on the way up. We're turning in an entire vlog. We'll vlog on the way up.
Nobody wants to see my pain suffering.
Yes, we do.
Okay then.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Mind you, it'll be a walk.
It will be a nice walk. A nice walk.
I'll randomly text you going, take video. Take a 5-minute video. Take a 5-minute video. On the bus, here's a quicker video.
Ryan's walking with a click. I've got a bike. I'm biking it. Bending the rules. Yeah.
I bet you wish that was an option.
Yes. Roller skates. I can't go roller skates.
No, you barely managed that. You barely managed to ice skate.
Yeah.
That was not funny.
No.
Poor Master Ryan. Things you do for charity, Ryan.
I know.
If you looked at it this way, at least I don't have to sit for 8 hours in Montefiore.
True. Yeah, if you just pick me up at the end. Because as I'm getting closer to the finish line and the ambulance, I can phone you and say, could you come collect me please? Bring crutches.
Poor Master Ryan.
We'll see how it goes, but thank you for any support you could offer. It is very, very much appreciated, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.
So, first finished object is a blanket for Miss Ellie-Cat. This is the Most Stitch in a Square by Sarah Zimmerman, and it's just it's literally Most Stitch. It's a wee square blanket that normally sits there. This is Ellie's snuggle blanket. Normally sits on the back of the chair. It was done in Pound Stretcher colour blend. Do not know what the colour is. I don't actually think they make this. I think this was the Arn version that they've done. I don't think they make it anymore. It's 100% acrylic. You get 250 metres and 100 grams. I used what was left of the ball, which was about 270 grams. So that adds 450 metres to my totals. I used a 5mm crochet hook. I will leave links to the pattern down below. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. There is also a shawl version. I will eventually do the shawl, but not at the moment. Other finished projects is Papillon is done. Now I'll shift it over a wee bit. This is Papillon by Svetlana Volkova. It is finished. As you can see, I'll cinch it up. I will also stick a bit of video in me wearing it. I've got my 3/4 length sleeves. Actually, I'll put it on the now. Hang on a second. This is how it sits. I do love it. I think I could have tapered the sleeves in a wee bit better, but let's be honest, I don't care. So let me have a wee look. I have done the A-line shaping on both ends, and it sits just at my bum, which is exactly where I like it. I'm back. I finished it, then we started having really hot weather, so it's not had a proper wear. However, I am loving it. As I said, I did the A-line shaping. Now I don't think the pattern has the A-line shaping in it, but I added it because I'm slightly wider at the hips. But it is lovely. I am really pleased with it. It's got the envelope neck. You do have options. Do you have options for the sleeves? No, I think it is actually just tapered sleeve that's on it, but I've done it 3/4 length. So there's been a couple of modifications put in it. The yarn is Stanley Yarns Tkacheno, which is GC210, and it's grey. It's 100% acrylic. You get 1,200 meters and 200 grams. This took 362.59 grams, which is 2,175.54 meters. It was done on the 3.5 millimeters for the ribbon, for the sleeves, the bottom and the neck, and a 4 millimeter for the body. It is really enjoyable. Now that is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I can highly recommend it. Obviously there's wee bits in the written instructions for the pattern that, because it's been translated for another language, aren't really as clear, but to be honest with you, it's still a really enjoyable pattern. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. My next finished object, again, you've not even seen this. This is, now wait a minute to figure out what one's the front and what's the back. It's the front. I'll stick it on fan so I don't have to keep. That works. This is Bright Edge by Yulia Tkacheno. Again, this was made for Mandy's hashtag knitting with Ukraine. Same with the Papillon. That McLochlainn is still running. I'll leave details down below. I will need to get these in because I don't think I've actually put either one of them in. This is just a garter shawl with wee pop of colour at the bottom. Love them. Bright Edge shawl is a free pattern on Ravelry. If there is anywhere else that you can get the pattern, I will actually leave it linked down below. This colour, this yarn here is by My Yarny Corner, and it's Midnight Cruise. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 meters and 100 grams. The pink is that bright. Is Rusty Ferret Yarns Sandhaven Colin. That is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 425 meters and 100 grams. I used a 3.5 millimeter needle. That was the word I was looking for. And while I remember, because I didn't put this in, this colour here is Midnight Cruise. This one here is, I think it's called Cowgirl Blues. I ran out of yarn and I wanted to make it slightly bigger. So what I've done is I've added in, and you don't even notice it because there is a weird line here. I think you can just make it out there. Where I added in that other colour, and you really, I think you can just about tell that this colour here and that colour there are two different colours. And you edge it with a different colour. This is a really, really good pattern if you're doing a lot of zooms or watching TV, and I can highly recommend that. Obviously it's just a garter stitch triangular shawl, and it's got ribbon at the bottom. I used about 20 grams of the second colour, the full 100 gram skein in the top colour, about 20 grams for that, and about 20, actually it might have only been about 10 or 15, and then about 15 or 20 for that. Is there anything else? That's it. So that's all I've made so far. Well, there's other stuff I've made. However, technically these are finished objects, but considering it's for a full blanket, they don't count, and I may or may not have filled in a rabbit hole, which is why I've disappeared for months. As you know, I am trying to craft from my stash. I'm doing actually really well crafting from stash. My goal is to craft 26,000 metres in 2022 at, I'll say at the beginning of the podcast, because obviously last podcast I had crafted 11,737.1 metres. The blanket, the shawl and Papillon has added 3,195.54 metres to my stash, not to my stash, from my stash, which means that I am now sitting at 14,932.64 metres. The only thing that's been brought in, I'm trying to think, is last month's, nope, it's gone. Sock Club, which isn't a sock club. I'm just buying sock yarn for Alex and Danny, but I call it a sock club because I'm a numpty. That added another 420 metres to my stash, which means I've brought in 15,131.60 metres. Oops. Which means to target I have 11,067.36 metres. I'm not going to run through everything else. I don't think my Ravelry project challenge is correct, but at the last count it was 16 projects I'd completed out of the 30. I'm just getting a bit worried. And I'm at 53%. I need to get my finger out because I don't think I'll hit the 30 projects this year, because I just keep starting projects and not finishing, and I'm all rashy. Bro. But it's not even the naughty corner, I don't know what to call this because both of these projects have been ripped out. The business casuals I've stuck a picture in that I was doing for Ryan, they've been ripped out. They were driving me absolutely demented. I kept mucking up the cable on it, so I have started another pair of socks for him. However, I'm going to have to rip them out and start them again because I've lost track of what row I'm on. The Miss Me shawl by Helen Stewart. I will be completely honest, I am not, I know I made a show and I'm making another one, but I don't wear shawls. I don't wear a lot of shawls, however I do enjoy knitting shawls. The Miss Me shawl, now I should have known, it's by Helen Stewart. I should have known it would be lacy. And I'm just not loving it. And I have very limited knitting time now. My knitting time has pretty much halved. So if I'm going to be knitting on something, I'm wanting it to be something that I'm enjoying. I wasn't enjoying it. I did enjoy all the yarns. I will find a project to use those yarns in. It just won't be that shawl. I know Alex from My Yarn Corner is knitting the Vertices Unite. Who else knit that? I think Nancy from, I apologise Nancy, I cannot for the life of me mind the name of your podcast. Kitty Scrapper podcast. I knew it would come to me if I thought hard enough. I think she's done it. I'm trying to think who else in that group had done it. I can't remember who else in the Zoom group has done it. However, I have had the pattern for a while, so I may just use, because I'm sure Alex says that you need 6, and I still have a butt ton load of that left, so that would be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, I would just need another one. And I do have a box in the craft room that is just all bits that are left. Actually some of that should be left. The other part of that should be left. That might be the plan. No, for any time soon. I would need to put that onto next year's, as Mandy from Mouse's Make says, not very short list. So those are the 2 projects that are no longer in existence. I'm not overly disappointed that I ripped them out. The Miss Me shawl, I'm kind of glad I'm not knitting on it anymore. And Ryan socks, the air is no longer blue. With the very words that I was saying when I kept mucking it up. My first whip was supposed to be a pre-knit. Then I caught COVID. Thanks to somebody not sitting too far away. Yes, you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I wouldn't be looking for gratitude for that. Now, 2 seconds to find the front. That works. Watch it fall. Actually, see if I take that novel bit off, it makes it there better. This is Luasc by Ailbíona McLochlainn. It is a V-neck top. This is a paid for pattern. It has been released. This is the next on the list to get finished after my next 2 projects. I am making a size 5, which is 47.25 inches or 120 centimetres. Where did I go up to? 120 centimetres. I am using Drops Bell. For goodness sake. Drops Bell in shade 17, which is petrol. It is a 53% cotton, 33% viscose and 14% linen. You get 120 metres in 50 grams, I think I am up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's what, 350 so far. I am not too far away from finishing. If I turn some this way, securer. If I turn some that way and I stick that there. Oh, I'm actually not that far away. I am one set of maybe one set A-line shaping. No, you can't see the line, it's the sound. So that's about there. Yeah, I've not got that much left to go. Then I have to do the sleeves. I am doing short sleeves because I'm all about the short sleeves. I'm loving short sleeves at the moment. Did I just drop a stitch? Yes, I did. For goodness sake. And I am using 3.25mm needles. This shows you the obsession that I fell down. It's my marshmallow. And on this side I've got my little yarn ball. Obsessed. So I'm just going to keep working away on that. So hopefully by the next time I see you, because I think what I'll do is I'll put that in rotation with my other jumper, because that is pretty much at the same point. Put that back in. Is there anything else? I will leave details to that pattern. It's a really, really nice knit. There's nothing There's absolutely nothing complicated in it at all. It does, I think it's got an I-cord bind off at the neck. Can't honestly remember what it is for everything else. I think it's just ribbon, or is it like I-cord? Whatever it is, I will do that. I'm following the pattern as it's written and thoroughly enjoying it. My next project was cast on at the last cast on party by Karma's Stitch. So that was in June. I decided that I was going to make another blanket because the Battenberg blanket, that's another one that's been ditched. I have absolutely no intentions of making teeny tiny squares to sew together, no chance. So I am now making hexagons to sew together. As you know, for my birthday, Mr. Bark very kindly purchased me, excuse the needles, the Scapia's Soft Fun mini balls. I got each of the 5 packs. The packs are pastel, jewel, cloud, rainbow and rich. They are 65% wool, 25, nope, that's Ryan's socks that I'm no longer doing. They are 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. You get 56 metres in each of the 20 gram balls. I have 60. I am not entirely sure how many I'm needing for the pattern. Now, there's the red. That is how much it's took. I don't know whether I am going to use my least favourite for the half hexagons. And obviously you get instructions to do the full hexagons, and then you get instructions for the half hexagons, so obviously they'll sit like that. Then you'll have another hexagon here, and then at this bit down, no it's not because it sits like that, because you've got half a hexagon that goes here. I have not quite decided how I'm laying the colours out. I think what I might do is lay all the colours out, all the packs out together, and pick the colours that I'm not that keen on. Actually it's not. Let's be completely honest. What colours, if this blanket was laying out, is going to pick up the most cat hair? So I do not want a great big white. Now this is snow. I have 3 black cats, 2 fully black, 1 black and white. I do not need any of them laying on that blanket and getting it battered in cat hair. So that will be a half square, a half hexagon. I'll need to pick the half hexagons out, so I'll actually maybe do them first. That way I can start putting them together. Again, it's no, I'm not in any particular rush for a blanket. I seen it, I liked it. I've got the mini balls there. I was needing to do something with it, so I chose that. And I'm not, unlike the mitre square and what other blankets have I got? I've got the mitre square, the Tunisian mitre square blanket. I've got the excavation blanket. I've got the triangulum blanket. And I've got, what's the other one? Nearly had it. Northeasterly. Yes, if I sit and think hard enough, it does eventually come. So I don't need 5 blankets. Obviously, because they're scrappy, I'm just needing to get on with them. However, there's nice new shiny stuff to knit on, so that's what I've done. Polygon is by Tin Can Knits. It is a free, no it's not, it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. If there is anywhere else you can purchase the pattern, I will leave them linked down below. I'm using a 4mm needle. I'm using a small circular, and once I get to about halfway I just split them off, and this worked reasonably well. Obviously they're needing blocked. I'll do the full block in at one time because it'll be easier. Is there anything else? I'm enjoying them. They're nice for taking on the go. If you know you're going to have to sit and wait, or if there's nothing else I can bother knitting on, I will just pick up that and do a couple of them because they are fairly quick. I think you can get through one in about an hour. The pattern's really memorisable, which helps. So that is that one. My next whip. My poor next whip doesn't even have a bag. It's in a wool warehouse bag. Only because there's that much wool to go with this project. Now, I would like to say a huge thank you to the lovely Mandy from Mrs. Makes. the lovely Sarah, I'm trying to think who else is doing it, Nancy from Kitty Scrapper Podcast. Is there anybody else? Am I missing somebody? I don't think Denise is doing it. I think that might be it. And it is for, be a minute to make sure I'm showing the back. You will have to excuse the dog here because I was knitting on it, and Arya came up for a snuggle. So now it's absolutely battered and dog here. This is the What's This Sweater by Megan Regan. I have done colour work. I'm so excited. Now, at the bottom, I did change the colour in my hollow leaves because I didn't like the way they were coming out, so I changed them to that, and I like that better. That is not as neon green in real life is what that's looking. Actually, see if I turn it that way, I might actually be able to see it better. There. See that, they stand out slightly better than these ones, and the ones up there. So I will hold it up a wee bit closer. Excuse the dog here, because it's Arya. Just see that. And that one. So this here, this is, I've done all my skeletons and my hats and my snowflakes, and I have separated for the sleeves, and I am knitting on the body. Oh, I'll show you my progress keeper. It's popcorn. Popcorns. This has been thoroughly addictive. Now, apart from these that all need to cut, and I don't have scissors. So neat. So neat. All my ends are just needing cut. I have thoroughly enjoyed knitting this. I am making size, what size am I making? Size 4, which is 45 inches or 114 centimetres. So up a wee bit. I used the larger chart. Now the larger chart is just, these are bigger. Everything's the same till you get to about here, and then that's bigger, and the ones at the bottom are bigger. I absolutely love it. The black is so crafty. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, band. It's so crafty, double knit yarn in black. That's clear. I am using the black is So Crafty yarn, double knit in black. It's colour number K940. I have used 2 different kinds of green. This I have absolutely no idea what that is. It is either going to be Peyton's Fab or, see, I don't think it's Stylecraft. It doesn't feel like Stylecraft. It's no rough, but it's rougher, which makes me think that it's Fab. Not 100% sure. And obviously that isn't that bright. Really not bright. it looks like a really luminous green. It's no. Oh, you get 310 metres on that. I've changed it to that because that and the black, it doesn't really show up, so I've changed it to that, which shows up better. The red is pretty much that colour, and that's Red Heart. Help if my labels were the right way around. Red Heart Detroit in shade number 207, which is, I'm sure it's Fire, that's called. And the white I don't have ball band for, and again that's Red Heart Detroit, and I'm pretty sure that colour is 208 for the white. Modifications that I'm making, I am putting, there is an option for having it straight or having A-line shaping. I'm doing the A-line shaping. Oh, look, I'm drawing 3 H backwards. Also, that, obviously you've got the colour work around the yoke, and then it's just plain. I'm going to do a bit there. I'm going to do short sleeves. Now, when I tried this on, by the time I finished the patterning for the yoke, I think I was pretty much hitting that point. The original plan had been that I was either going to put the hats or the snowflakes round the cuff and at the bottom. It would depend which ones fit. No, so I'm going to border it with the holly leaves and do them. However, I'll need to wait and see what my stitch count is once I finish the A-line shaping to see which one of these are going to fit. I think possibly it might be the hats or the snowflakes. Still can't decide, but there is going to be something at the bottom just to break it up a wee bit before I go into the ribbon. Is there anything else? I've told you what it is. They are all 100% acrylic. The average between 280 and 310 metres, and I am using a 4mm, and the pattern suggests doing a 4 then going up to a 5 for the colour work. I tried that, it was off a gappy, so I went back down to a 4. And it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. Can highly recommend it. It is very, very addictive. You'll obviously know by now that in the Zoom group we had agreed to cast on, some of us were casting on this and some of us were casting on the shawl, and some of our other crazy ladies decided, stuff it, I'm doing them both. And I decided to do both because, let's be honest, I have absolutely no willpower. I'm really, really enjoying it. And again, I would like to thank Sarah, Mandy and Nancy for giving me encouragement to start. It wasn't even encouragement because I don't think I was actually invited. I just decided stuff that I'm joining. And I can't think of the word. I have not done colour work before. Colour work always scared me because I always thought that I was quite a tight knitter. I am not a tight knitter, I am apparently a loose knitter. And I'm really enjoying it. This has opened up a whole new world of patterns that I am going to try. it has also opened up a world of patterns for Mr. Bark. Now, on Thursday, on Zoom, Nancy was talking about other colourwork patterns that she wanted to do, and she mentioned a pattern. As you know, Ryan likes spiders. He will not be allowed to buy any spiders to bring into the house, although house spiders, he calls them, gives them names, and he catches food for them, and he is that deranged. Sticks cotton buds to my wallpaper. There's one where it's like a spider's web going round the yoke, and I keep showing Ryan all these lovely patterns. It's like, don't like that, don't like that yoke, don't like that. And I thought, it's a spider's web, I can get him talked into it. So I went and showed him it, and he's like, oh, I really like that, that'd be nice, could you stick a spider on it? I was like, however, we were talking, and what I can do is crochet a spider, put a badge back in, sew a badge back in onto the back of it, and then he can move his spider wherever he likes. So that might be my next project, because Halloween is coming up. Is that everything? That is all for that project. I'm hoping by the next time that I see you that I will have this finished. I should. I'm just about to start the A-line shaping. I think I'm about 7 rows away for the A-line shaping starting. I took the things out. Yes, I did. Took it out to wash it and forgot to mark down. I think what I'll do is it's normally between 4 and 6 increases that I put on the hips. Once I've done that, it's pretty much just a bit of colour work at the bottom that I'm going to put on. And the sleeves, I'm pretty sure they're already sitting at the length that I want them to be. So what I'll probably just do is just put a cuff on that, and then that'll be done. So fingers crossed, by the next episode they should be finished. Famous last words. My next project, for someone who doesn't like shawls, I am doing the Stephen West smorgasbord. Now, you're not going to be able to see it properly because I have put it on a smaller cord, and no, that's got the extenders in it. The lovely Mandy offered a very useful piece of information, which was, I had such a hard time doing the crisscrosses. I done it what I thought was nice and loose, and came back round to take them back off and couldn't get it over the needle. So I ended up having to take the actual needle. It was actually my drops needles that I was using at the time. So I had to take the needle off and literally slip them all off, put the needle tip back on, then go back and cross them over. However, the lovely Mandy had suggested, if you're using an interchangeable set, put a smaller needle on the other side. So obviously, as you know, when you're knitting, you're taking them from this side, and putting them on this side. So what you do is you change that needle. Now this is a 3.5. Is that 3.5? It's 3.5. So change for a 3.5 down to a 2. This still remains a 3.5, and then you can slip and cross over, and it's so much easier apparently. So that's what I've done. However, the only set of needles that I've got a 2mm in is my higher sharps, which would be great if I started on a higher sharp. I didn't. I started on my my Drops Pro interchangeable set, so then I had to find a different needle. It's just been a faff. However, loving it. Now I'm going to jinx myself again. All the ladies from Zoom are going to be rolling their eyes because where had I got to? I had got to here, so that's section 1, 2, 3, section 4 I had got to. So I'll hold it up. Alright, so you can see it. That's better. So, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4 I'd got here. And famous last words, I said on Zoom, I'm really shocked I've not made a major mistake so far. By this point folk had ripped it out and restarted, and it was just a complete nightmare, and I was like, this is actually quite easy, I'm quite enjoying this. What I have done, why do you look funky? Don't be looking funky, because like seriously, that would not be funny. Oh no, it's not, it's just seriously. Thought I'd made a mistake. I had got to here, and I was like, now what I'm doing, every time Stephen West tells me to count, I count. And I have been adjusting accordingly. Then I got to here. Now, can I just point this out? Right? Here's here. The eyelet garter. The simplest thing in the pattern. And it said, using yarn A, do this. So I did it. Can I just point out my stitch count is correct. However, what's not correct is that is not colour A. Colour A is that. However, that and that match too close together. So the original plan was this was going to be my colour A. Now this is, I'll run through them because it'll be easier. I am using John Arbin Knit by Numbers in shade, I'm not taking that out because I will lose it. It is shade KBN 20, which is the red. This is 100% merino. It is 400 meters and 100 grams. And this is, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Where's my button? Excuse me. Can you see it better there? Yeah. V-shape yarns, and this is, what's it called? Pink icing and cinnamon sticks. The cinnamon sticks, I don't know. It'll be in my minigram bag. However, pinks, purpley colour. I'm colourblind. I don't know what colour it is, but it's nice. This is Rusty Ferret Yarns. This is, oh, it worked. I'm pretty sure. I determined it worked. It is this is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. This is a 75% merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 meters and 100 grams. The Wee Sheep Yarns was a 75 gram mini skein with a 25 25 gram mini, I think. 75 gram mini skein, no mini skein, main skein, 25%, 25 grams, for goodness sake, 75 grams main skein, and a 25 gram mini skein. That's correct. So you go about 300 meters and 75 grams. That's 100 grams and it's 425 meters. This is John Arbin by Numbers 4-ply again. This is KBN 80, which is blue. Again, it's 100% merino. You get 400 meters and 100 grams. This is Svetlana Arya Classic in shade 102, which is black. You get 210 meters and 50 grams. Then, is that right? C, D. This is, no, that's not right. A, B, C, D, E. My colour F is the Svetlana Arya Classic, again in shade 234, which is grey. Again, 80% wool, 20% nylon, 210 meters and 50 grams. And my colour G is Drops Fable in shade 310, which is Sunset. This is 75% wool, 25% nylon. You get 205, because I normally say 210, it's 205 meters and 50 grams, and I love them. And this is how it's turning out, and it's awesome. I love it. I can lean back so you can see. Absolutely love it. I am on 1, 2, 3, nope, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm about to go on to section 11. There is, if I remember correctly, 22 or 23 sections. I think there's 23 sections. I am just taking my time. It is not a race. I am enjoying it, every second of it. I have my beading magnifying lamp, which comes in grey. Best 30 quid I've ever spent. It has a light, it has a magnifying glass. I can see. The stitch markers are marking every 100. Well, it's marking every 100 from this end. Just make sure that my stitch count's right. I just slip it and I'm going to leave it there, and then when I do the second row I can move them. And I've got my stitch marker on this one. My little progress keeper is my little toast. So what I'm going to do is I will move this back up. I don't think I've done it on any other project. So I've moved that up so you can see where I am. I'm just going to keep working away on it. As I said, my knitting time has halved, so I don't get to knit on it as often as I would like. Oh yeah, it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I apologise, this is so out of place. It's a paid for pattern on Ravelry and I'm using a 3.5mm needle. Don't die shock, people, I have woven in my ends all the way down. Once I finish, I am going to have a mass cut. Once I've blocked it, actually I don't think you've been woven in. I'll do you later. I will weave you in later, and then I'll weave you in a minute. You've not been woven in either. Why have you not been woven in? From here to there, it's all been woven in. Why did I not weave you in? Why? Because you're stopped stitch. We can't weave you in. yes, so that is that. I'm going to carry on working on that while on Zoom like a demented person, and every third night that will be my project for sitting watching the TV. So that is all my whips. However, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unfinished projects from the castle parties that have been happening this year. So I'm going to talk about them next. Projects that are going to be coming up for the rest of the year. I have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns from the last 3 cast on parties. I have 2 from the one in February, 1 from the April one, and 1 from the last cast on party. I'm not going to bring them all out because I do have to clear this away at some point. So the plan will be, once I finish off a project, I'm going to take one, with the exception of the Watch This Sweater, because I will be starting the colour work sweater for Ryan, but I'll speak about that when I come up, because I have absolutely no idea. Sorry, Ryan's obviously put something on Instagram because I've had 2 people asking to confirm if the link's correct. Yes, you know who you are. It is correct. I will message you very shortly. Where have I got to? Yes. So plan will be, once the Watch This Sweater's finished, I'm going to purposely this week buy yarn for another colour work sweater for Halloween for me, and that one for Ryan. However, I will do Ryan's one first because he will be the one answering the door to the little kiddies, so he can wear that at Halloween. If he's not on call, he better not be on call. At that point, once I'm finished a project, I'm then going to work on the longest running whip. So that will be the Rocket Tea by Tans Fibre Arts. Again, that's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I am making size 6. I am using Crafty Things, which is Home Bargains yarn, double knit in red. It's 100% acrylic. You get 330 meters and 100 grams, and I'm using a size, actually no, that's getting ripped. I have got, still sitting on the needles. I think what I'm going to do is rip it out and restart it, because there's a couple of bits in it that I'm really not happy with. So I'm going to restart that one again. The next one to get done is the Lavender Charm Top by Drops Design. That is pattern number 213-22. This got ripped out because I made a complete mess of the yoke, and I kept saying I'm going to cast it back on, I'm going to cast it back on. It's like, I really don't want to. I want that top. The yarn is still sitting in the bag, so I'm going to make sure that that gets done by the end of the year. The next one is Scale Gra by Ailbíona McLochlainn. It's me. There has to be at least 2 Ailbíona McLochlainns in my podcast at any one time. Well done. This week I've got 3. What happened with that? I made a complete, no, it didn't. I hadn't even started that. I kept saying I was going to start it, then I started it on the completely wrong needle, ripped it all back, made a pig's area. So that's still sitting under my desk in the craft room, screaming, have you forgot I'm here? So I'm going to get that one done. That is going to be A-lined with 3/4 length sleeves. I'm doing a size 5, which is a 46 inch. That's done in 4-ply. So maybe do that closer to Christmas. Maybe do that one closer to Christmas. Because let's be honest, it's going to be freezing by then. We're all going to be moaning that it's too cold. So that's that. The last project that I've got lined up that I really need to get finished for this year is I did start an iron version of the circle that I made last year. I'll stick a picture in. You know how much I love this part. Again, by Ailbíona McLochlainn. As I said, I'm a really loose knitter, so the version that I did previously was DK. This one is going to be done in iron. It's going to be thick. It's going to be squishy. I'm doing fisherman's rib, people. I'll maybe bring that on the next podcast because I haven't showed that at all. I have done obviously the circle does have afterthought sleeves. I have done the afterthought sleeve set up. I am now onto the ribbon, which is 15 inches a ribbon. And as if the 15 inches of ribbon was not bad enough, I decided, stuff it, I am quite sadistic, let's do fisherman's rib because that would be awesome. It is so nice. I love it. It is turning out exactly the way I wanted it to. So that will be next. That will be, actually, that one's going to be quite high up on the list for getting started because, yeah, I want that. So that is all the knitting content. I apologise. This is going to be exceptionally long. I am going to clear this up and I'll be back with my new obsession. So I decided months and months ago, which is why nobody's seen me for months apart from the ladies on Zoom, that I wanted to try bead weaving. And I may or may not have fallen down a rather large rabbit hole. Bring them up so you can see. This is my little penguin. We've got a llama. We've got a sheep, an elephant, French toast, sunglasses emoji. Can't remember what he's called emoji. It's one where you're laughing and crying at the same time. My top, my ball of wool, dodgy rabbit. No, undodgy rabbit. Nobody needs to see dodgy rabbit. My cat, my mouse, bumblebee, and my fox. Oh, and 2 halo characters. I have become obsessed. I have been trying for a while to get them put onto a shop. The shop on my website is not working, so if we ever manage to figure out how to get them put onto the shop, I will be selling some. Not all of them. The rabbit, I won't be selling that one. Pretty much anything else. If there is any specific types of stitch markers you would like to see, let me know. I will see if I can get patterns for them. Disney ones can be a bit dodgy. So what else has been happening? Did have COVID. That was a scary time. Wasn't as horrendous as Mr. Bark, however, I am now tired constantly. However, I'm fighting the urge to nap in the afternoon. Napping in the afternoon, it's not, let's be honest, it's not even a nap, because when I go for a nap, I'm basically out for anywhere between 4 to 6 hours, which means I'm up later at night, which means I'm more tired in the morning, which means I need to go for a nap. So I managed to self-regulate myself back into a normal pattern. If I'm really tired, I will go and I'll set an alarm. However, the bead weaving helps because it keeps my brain active and I don't think about how tired I'm getting. Things coming up. Andrew's fine. Should mention that. Andrew's fine. Andrew's working away. There was a couple of wee hiccups where he kept saying he was coming back and then he wasn't, then he was, then he wasn't, and now we don't know what's happening. But he is fine. He has not been crafting nearly as much as I would like. But he is fine. You may see him possibly at some point. Is there anything else coming up? I am, obviously because I am wanting to get more into the bead weaving, I am bead weaving during the day, which is why I'm here. This is my beading space. I had been bead weaving in the bedroom. It's not a bedroom. I keep getting told it's not a bedroom, it's a craft room. Ryan will ask for something else and I'll say, oh, it's in the bedroom, and he'll go into our bedroom and he's like, it's no there, and it's like, the other bedroom. We have 2 bedrooms in this house, it's in the other one. He's like, what, the craft room? Well, that as well. That side of the house, this side of the house is quite light, that's quite dark. You don't normally get sunlight in that room till about 7 o'clock, and that's only for 20 minutes before it goes behind trees. So I've decided to move the beading station through here. It's a lot more light. I have had quite a few beading accidents where all my beads have landed up everywhere, so it's going to be easier to pick them up off the laminate flooring than what it is with the carpet and the, I apologise for Ellie. She's been invited in 3 times. 3 times she said no. Now she's just sitting at the other end of that door meowing. Where was I? Shush! No! Eventually, Lauren. Ellie, enough! The chair's here! Hi, Arya. So, the plan is going to be that it will be available in the shop, and we will be shipping internationally, I think. We're just having troubles with the website. If you do have anything that you would like to see, let me know. I will see if I can get the pattern for it. Hi. Do you want to come up? Don't start bullying the cat, please. You coming up? Come on then. Like, here you go. Ghost. Where has it got to? Yes, so the lovely Mr. Bark is going to try and make attempt number 3 at trying to figure out what's wrong with the website and getting stuff on. Hopefully, obviously, my knitting time has pretty much halved. because I'm trying to get stock for the shop put on during the week. I also need to find time to do other patterns and to try them out, which is what these all are. So it's taking a while to get used to that sort of stuff. See, Ellie likes her blanket. Do you like your blanket? Is it your favourite? Is it your favouriteest blanket ever? Hey, is that blanket just for you? Coming up, not very much, as little as possible. Kilt walk is next Sunday, so a week tomorrow. I will put an additional video on. I think the plan is going to be to podcast every 2 to 3 weeks. Apologies. The plan will be to podcast every 2 to 3 weeks. That way it gives me time to concentrate on getting stock up, and also to give me some time to actually be able to finish stuff. Obviously once I've got into a pattern, I can start making it more regular, because I'll just be topping up the shop as opposed to entirely stocking my shop. Yes, that's everything. I hope you're all well. Things here are okay. I have been trying not to spend as much time on social media as possible, purely because when I go on stuff like Instagram and Facebook and all that sort of stuff, I lose hours, and when you're trying to be productive, it doesn't help. So what I've been doing is switching off notifications. Now I know there's a couple of messages that I still haven't replied to. I am really sorry. I keep remembering and going, well, I'll do that whenever, and then when it gets to whenever, it never ever happens. I do apologise. However, sometimes you just need to reset and restart. So I have reset. I am now about to restart. So I think that's everything. I hope you have a very, very crafty few weeks, and I will see you back here again very soon. Bye.